long has farce, neglecting nature's laws, debased the stage and wronged the comic cause. To raise a laugh has been her sole pretense, the dearly purchased at the price of sins. This child of folly gained increase with time, fit for the place, succeeded. Pantomime. Revived her honors, joined her motley band and song, and low conceit o'erran the land. More generous views inform our author's breast. From real life, his characters are dressed. He seeks to trace the passions of mankind, and while he spares the person, paints the mind. In pleasing contrast, he attempts to show the vaporing bully and the fribbling beau. Cowards alike, that bull of marital arts, and this as tender as the silk he wears, proud to divert, not anxious for renown. Oft has the bard essayed to please the town. Your full applause outpaid his little art. He boasts no merit, but a grateful heart. Pronounce your doom, he'll patiently submit. Ye sovereign judges of all works of wit, to you the one is brought, a lifeless mass. You give the stamp, and then the coin may pass. Now, whether judgment prompt you to forgive, or with a frown, should send this sickly thing to sleep, while ages under dullness wing. To your known candor, he will always trust. You never were, nor can you be, unjust.
This is the place we were directed to, and now, Puff, I can get no intelligence of her. What will become of me?
Oh, and me too, sir. You must consider I am a married man and can't bear fatigue as I have done. Oh, but pray, sir, why did you leave the army so abruptly and not give me time to fill my knapsack with common necessaries? Half a dozen shirts and your regimentals are my whole cargo.
Well, I was wild to get away, and as soon as I'd obtained my leave of absence, I thought every moment an age until I'd returned to the place where I first saw this young, charming, innocent, bewitching creature.
Oh, with 15,000 pounds her fortune, strong motives, I must confess. And now, sir, as you are pleased to say, you must depend on my care and abilities in this affair. I think I have a just right to be acquainted with the particulars of your passion, that I may be better enabled to serve you.
You shall have them. When I left the university, which is now 7 months since, my father, who loves his money better than his son, would not settle a farthing upon me.
Mine did so by me, sir.
He purchased me a pair of colors at my own request, but before I joined the regiment, which was going abroad, I took a ramble into the country with a fellow collegian to see a relation of his that lived in Berkshire.
Oh, a party of pleasure, I suppose.
During a short stay there, I came acquainted with this young creature. She was just come from the boarding school, and though she had all the simplicity of her age and the country, yet it was mixed with such a sensible vivacity, and I took fire at once.
Well, I was tender myself at your age, sir, but did you take fire before you knew of her fortune?
Before, upon my honor?
Oh, folly and constitution, but on, sir.
I was introduced to the family by the name of Rodolfo, for so my companion and I had settled it. And at the end of 3 weeks, I was obliged to attend the Call of Honor in Flanders.
Oh, your parting, to be sure, was heartbreaking.
I feel it at this instant. We vowed eternal constancy, and I promised to take the first opportunity of returning to her. I did so, but we found the house shut up, and all the information, that we could get from the neighboring cottage was that Miss and her aunt were removed to town and lived somewhere in this part of it.
Oh, now we are to the place of action. Propose your plan of operation.
My father lives but on the next street, so I must decamp immediately for fear of discoveries. You are not known to be my servant, So make what inquiries you can in the neighborhood, and I shall wait in the inn for your intelligence.
I'll patrol hereabouts and examine all that passed. But I forgot the word, sir. Miss Biddy.
Baylor.
Ah, yeah, a young lady of wit, beauty, and 15,000 pounds fortune. But, sir.
Well, what do you say, Puff?
If your honor pleases to consider that I had a wife in town whom I left somewhat abruptly half a year ago, you'll think it, I believe, but decent to make some inquiry after her first. To be sure, it would be some small consolation to me to know whether the poor woman is living or has made away with herself or...
Prithee, don't distract me. A moment's delay is of the utmost consequence. I must insist with immediate compliance with my demands.
The devils in these fiery young fellows. They think of nobody's wants but their own. He does not consider that I am flesh and blood as well as himself. However, I may kill two birds at once, for I shan't be surprised if I see my lady walking the street. Oh, but who have we here? Sure, I should know that face. Who's that? My old acquaintance, Jasper!
What's that? Puff, are you here?
Oh, my dear friend. Well, how Jasper, still easy and happy, toujours la même. What intrigues now? What girls have you ruined? What cuckolds made since you and I used to beat up together, eh?
Faith, business has been very brisk during the war. Men are scarce, you know. Not that I can say I ever wanted amusement in the worst of times, but harky, Puff.
Oh, not a word aloud. I am incognito.
Well, Faith, I should not have known you if you had not spoke first. You seem to be a little vis-a-vis, too. Not just incognito. Whom do you honor with your service now? Are you from the wars?
Piping hot, I assure you. Fire and smoke will tarnish. A man that will go into such service as I have been in will find his clothes the worse for wear. Take my word for it. But how is it with you, friend Jasper? What, you still serve, I see? You live in that house, I suppose?
I don't absolutely live, but I am most of my time there. I have within these 2 months entered into the service of an old gentleman who hired a reputable servant and dressed him as you see, because he has taken it into his head to fall in love.
Oh, false appetite and second childhood. Oh, pray thee, what's the object of his passion?
No less than a virgin of 16, I assure you.
Oh, the toothless old daughter. Ugh.
And he mumbles and plays with her till his mouth waters, and then he chuckles till he cries, and calls it his bid and his bidsy, and just so foolishly fond
Biddy,
of her.
what's that?
Oh, her name is Biddy.
Oh, Biddy? What, Miss Biddy Belair?
The same.
I have no luck, to be sure. Oh, I have heard of her. She's a pretty good family and has some fortune. I know, but are things settled? Is the marriage fixed?
Not absolutely. The girl, I believe, detests him, but her aunt, a very good, prudent old lady, has given her consent if he can gain her nieces. How it will end, I cannot tell, but I am hot upon it myself.
Oh, the devil. Not marriage, I hope.
That is not yet determined.
Oh, who is the lady, pray?
A maid in the same family. Woman of honor, I assure you. She has one husband already, a scoundrel sort of a fellow that's run away from her and enlisted for a soldier. So towards the end of the campaign, she hopes to have a certificate that he's knocked in the head. If not, I suppose we shall have to settle matters another way.
Well, speed the plow, but harkye, consummate without the certificate if you can. Keep your neck out of the collar, do. I have wore it these 2 years, and damnably galled I am.
I'll take your advice, but I must run away to my master, who will be impatient for an answer to his message, which I have just delivered to the young lady. So, dear Mr. Puff, I am your most humble, obedient servant.
And I must to our agents for my arrears. If you have an hour to spare, you'll hear of me at George's or the Tilt Yard. Au revoir, as we say abroad. Thus we are as civil and as false as our betters. Jasper and I were always the beau monde exactly. We ever hated one another heartily, yet always kiss and shake hands. But now to my master, with a head full of news and a heart full of joy. Oh, angels and ministers of grace defend me. Oh, it can't be. Oh, by heavens. Oh, it is. Oh, that fretful porcupine, my wife. Oh, I can't stand it. What shall I do? Oh, I'll try to avoid her.
It must be. Oh, I'd swear to the rogue at a mile's distance. He either has not seen me or will not know me. Ooh, if I can hold my temper, I'll try him further.
I sweat, I tremble. She comes upon me.
Pray, good sir, if I may be so
I have nothing
bold.
for you, good woman. Don't trouble me.
Oh, but if your honor pleases to look this way.
It's overrun with beggars. I suppose the last I gave to has sent me this, but I shall have no more loose silver about me, so pray thee, woman, do not disturb me.
I can hold no longer. Oh, you villain! Where have you been, you scoundrel? Do you know me now, varlet?
Here, what sounds? I shall have my pockets picked.
Own me this minute, hangdog, and confess everything, or by the rage of an injured woman, I'll raise the neighborhood, throttle you, and send you to Newgate.
Amazement. Oh, my dear old Tag. Come into my arms. Let me press you to my heart that pants for thee, and only thee, my true and lawful wife. Now my stars have overpaid me for the fatigue and dangers of the field. I have wandered about like Achilles in search of faithful Penelope, and the gods have brought me to this happy spot.
The fellow's cracked for certain. Leave your bombastic stuff and tell me, rascal, why you left me and where you've been these past 6 months.
I will reserve my adventures for our happy winter evenings. I shall only tell you now that my heart beats so strong, and my country's cause, and being instigated either by honor or the devil, I cannot tell which, I set out for Flanders to gather laurels and lie them at thy feet.
You left me to starve, villain, and beg my bread. You did so.
Well, I left you too hastily, I must confess, and often has my conscience flung me for it. I am gotten to an officer's service, have been in several action, gained some credit by my behavior, and am now returned with my master to indulge the gender passions.
Don't think to fob me off with this nonsensical talk. What have you brought me home besides?
Honor and immoderate love.
I could tear your eyes out.
Oh, temperance or I walk off.
Temperance, traitor, temperance! What can you say for yourself? You leave me to the wide world, and
Well, I have been in the wide world too. What would the woman have?
reduce me to the necessity of going to service.
Why, I'm in service to your lord and master, aren't I, you saucy jade, you? Come, where dost thou live hereabouts? Hast good veils? Dost go to market? Come, give me a kiss, darling, and tell me where I shall pay my duty to thee.
Why, there, I live at that house.
What, there? That house?
Yes, there, that house.
Huzzah! Oh, we're made forever, you slut, you huzzah! Everything conspires to this day to make me happy. Oh, prepare yourself for an inundation of joy. My master is in love with your Miss Biddy over head and ears, and she with him. I know she is courted by some old fumbler, and the aunt is not against the match, but now we are come, the town will be relieved. The governor brought over in plain English. Our fortune is made. My master must marry the lady, and the old gentleman may go to the devil.
Oh, hey, what's all this?
Say no more. The dice are thrown doublets for us. Away to your young mistress while I run to my master. Tell her, Rhodophil will be with her immediately. Then if her blood does not melt to her face like quicksilver in a weather glass and point to extreme hot, Believe the whole a lie and your husband no politician.
This is news indeed. I've had the place but a little and have not quite gotten into the secrets of the family. But part of your story is true. And if you'll bring your master and Mrs. Willing, I'll warrant will be too hard for the old folks.
All about it straight, but hold, Tag. I had forgot. Pray, how does Mr. Jasper do?
Mr. Jasper, what do you mean?
What, out of continence, child? Oh, fie! Speak plain, my dear. And the certificate? When comes that, love?
He sold himself and turned conjurer, else he would have never known it.
Are you not a jade? Are you not a Jezebel? Aren't you one?
Oh, temperance, traitor, temperance, or I walk off.
I know I'm not finished yet, and so I am easy, but thanks more to my fortune than your virtue, madam.
Tag, where are you, Tag?
Oh, coming, madam. My lady calls, away to your master and prepare his and I will prepare his reception within.
Shall I bring the certificate with me?
Oh, go, you graceless rogue, you richly deserve it.
Who was that man you were talking to, Tag?
A cousin of mine, madam, that brought me some news from the country.
Where's my niece? Why are you not with her?
Oh, she bid me leave her alone. She's been so melancholy, madam. I don't know what's become of her as of late.
The thoughtfulness that is natural upon the approach of matrimony generally occasions a decent concern.
Oh, and do you think, madam, a husband of 65?
Hold, Tag. He protests to me he is but 55.
He is a rogue, madam, and an old rogue, and a fumbling old rogue, which is the worst of rogues.
Alas, youth or age, 'tis all but one to her. She's all simplicity without experience. I would not force her inclinations, but she's so innocent she won't know the difference.
Innocent? Never trust to that, madam. I was innocent myself once, but live and learn is an old saying and a true one. I believe, madam, nobody is more innocent than yourself. And a good maid you are, to be sure, but though you don't really know the difference, but you can fancy it, I warrant you.
I should prefer a large jointure to a small one, and that is all. But 'tis impossible that Biddy should have desires. She's but newly come out of the country and just turned of 16.
Oh, but that's a ticklish age, madam. I have observed that she does not eat, nor does she sleep. She sighs and she cries and she loves moonlight. These, I take, are very strong symptoms.
They are very unaccountable, I must confess. But you talk from a depraved mind, Tag. Hers is simple and untainted.
She'll make him a cuckold, though, for all of that, if you force her to marry him.
You shock me, Tag, with your coarse expressions. I tell you, her chastity will be her guard. Let her husband be what he will.
Chastity? Never trust to that, madam. Get her a husband that's fit for her, and I'll be bound for her virtue. But one with such as Sir Simon? I'm a rogue if I'd answer for my own.
Well, Tag, the child shall never have reason to repent of my severity. I was going before my lawyers to speak about the articles of marriage. I will now put a stop to them for some time till we can make farther discoveries.
Heaven will bless you for your goodness. Oh, look, here the poor bird comes, so quite moped and melancholy. I'll set my pump at work and draw something from her before you return, I warrant you. There goes a miracle. She has neither pride, envy, or ill nature, and yet is near 60 and a virgin.
What? How unfortunate a poor girl am I? I dare not tell my secrets to anybody, and if I don't, I'm undone. Hey-oh. Oh, pray, Tag, is my aunt gone to her lawyer about me? Hey-oh.
That sigh for, my dear young mistress.
I did not sigh, not I. Oh,
Hey, never gulp them down. They are the worst things you can swallow. There's something in that little heart of yours that swells it and puffs it and will burst it at last if you don't give it vent.
What would you have me tell you?
Come. You're afraid I'll betray you, but you had as good as speak. I may do you some service you think little of.
It is not in your power, Tag, to give me what I want. Oh.
Not directly, perhaps, but I may be the means of helping you to it. As, for example, if you should not like to marry the old man the aunt designs for you, perhaps one might find a way to break the...
His neck tag?
With a match, child. Either will do.
Oh, I don't care which indeed, so I was clear of him. Oh, I don't think I'm fit to be married.
To him, you mean? You have no objection to marriage, but the man. And I applaud you for it. But come, courage, miss. Never keep it in. Out with all of it.
If you'll ask me any questions, I'll answer them, but I can't tell you anything of myself. I shall blush if I do.
Well then, in the first place, pray tell me, Miss Biddy Baylor, if you don't like someone better than old Sir Simon Lovett.
Oh, hey-o.
What is hey-o, miss?
Oh, when I say hey-o, it means yes.
Oh, very well. And the somebody is a young, handsome fellow?
Oh, hey-o. Oh.
And if you were once his, you'd be merry as the best of us.
Hey-o.
So far, so good. And since I've got you to wet your feet south over head at once, and the pain will be over.
Now help me out, Tag, as fast as you can.
When did you last hear from your gallant?
Oh, never, since he went to the army.
How so?
Well, I was afraid the letters would fall into my aunt's hands, so I wouldn't let him write to me. But I had a better reason then.
Oh, pray let's hear that too.
I thought if I should write to him and promise him to love nobody else, and should afterwards change my mind, he might think I was inconstant and call me a coquette.
What a simple innocent it is. And have you changed your mind, miss?
Oh, no, indeed, Tad. I love him the best of any of them.
Of any of them? Why, have you more?
Oh, pray don't ask me.
Nay, miss, if you only trust me by halves, you can't expect me to
I will trust you with everything. When I parted with him, I grew melancholy. So, in order to divert me, I have let 2 others court me till he returns again.
Is that all, my dear? Mighty simple indeed.
One of them is a fine, blustering man called Captain Flash. He's always talking of fighting and wars, and he thinks he's sure of me, but I shall balk him. We shall see him this afternoon, for he pressed me strongly to come, and I have given him leave while my aunt's taking her afternoon nap.
And who's the other, pray?
Oh, quite another sort of a man. He speaks like a lady for all the world, and he never swears as Mr. Flash does, but he wears nice white gloves and tells me what ribbons become my complexion, where to stick my patches, who's the best milliner, where they sell the best tea, and which is the best wash for the face and best paste for the hands. He's always playing with my fan and showing his teeth, and whenever I speak, he pats me so and says, "The devil take me, Miss Biddy, but you'll be my perdition."
Oh, the pretty creature. And what do you call him, pray?
His name's FRIBBLE, and we shall see him this afternoon as well, for by mistake I appointed him at the same time. Oh, you must help me out with them, Tag.
And suppose your favorite should come too.
Oh, I should not care what became of the others.
And what's his name?
It begins with an R, H, O.
I'll be hanged if it's not Rodolfo.
I am frightened at you. You are a witch, Tag.
I am so, and I can see your fortune too. Look me in the face. The gentleman that you love most in the world will be at our house this afternoon. He arrived from the army this morning and dies till he sees you.
Is he really come, Tag? Now, don't joke with me.
Not to keep you any longer in suspense, you must know. The servant of your sister, Stefan, by some unaccountable fate or other, is my lord and master, and he's just been with me and told me of his master's arrival and impatience.
Oh, my dear, dear Tag, you have put me out of my wits. Oh, I'm all over in a flutter. I shall leap out of my skin. I don't know what to do with myself. Oh, is he really come, Tag? Oh, I'm ready to faint. I kicked the world. I had put on my pink and silver robe.
No, I'm sure you miss you look charmingly.
Oh, do I indeed, though? I'll put a little patch under my left eye and powder my hair immediately. Oh.
We'll go to dinner first, and then I'll assist you.
Dinner? I can't eat a morsel. I don't know what's the matter with me. My ears tingle, my heart flutters, my face flushes, and I tremble every joint of me. Oh, I must run in and look myself in the glass this minute.
Yes, she has it, and deeply too. This is no hypocrisy, not art, but nature now performs her part, and every word's the language of the heart.
To find you still constant and to arrive at such a critical juncture is the height of fortune and happiness.
Nothing can force me from you, and if I am secure of your affections,
I'll be bound for him, madam, and give you any security you can ask.
Everything goes according to our wish, sir. I just now had a second conference with my old lady, and she was so convinced by my arguments that she returned instantly to her lawyer to forbid the drawing out of any writings at all. And she's determined never to thwart Mrs. Inclinations again. And she left it to us to give the old gentleman his discharge at his next visit.
Shall I undertake the old dragon?
If we have occasion for your help, we shall call for you.
oh, I expect him every moment. Therefore, I'll tell you what. Rodolphe, you and your man shall be locked up in my bedchamber till we have settled matters with the old gentleman.
Do what you please with me.
You must not be impatient, though.
I can undergo anything with such a reward in view. One kiss and I'll be quite resigned. And now, show me the way.
Come, sirrah, when I've got you under lock and key, I'll bring you to reason.
Are your wedding clothes ready, my dove? The certificates come.
Go, follow your captain, sirrah, march. You may thank heaven I had patience to wait so long.
Oh, I was very much alarmed for fear my two gallants should come in upon us unawares. Oh, we should have had sad work if they had. I find I love Rodolphe vastly, for though my other two sparks flatter me more, I can't abide the thoughts of him now. Oh, I have business upon my hands to turn my head, but gads, my little heart's good and a fig for danger. Oh. Now, what shall I do with my two gallants? I must at least part with them decently. Suppose I set them together by the ears. Oh, the luckiest thought in the world, for if they won't quarrel, as I believe they won't, then I can part with them for cowards and very justly dismiss them my service. And if they will fight, and one of them should be killed, the other will certainly be hanged or run away, and so I shall very handsomely be rid of them both. Oh, I'm glad I settled that so purely. Tag, are they safe?
I think so. The door's double locked, and I have the key in my pocket.
Oh, that's pure. But did you give him anything to divert him?
I've given the captain one of your gloves to mumble, but Master Fawn is diverting himself with the more substantial comforts of a cold venison pasty.
What should we do with the next that comes?
If Mr. FRIBBLE comes first, we'll clap him up in my lady's storeroom. I suppose he's a great maker of marmalade himself, and we'll have an opportunity of making some critical remarks upon our pastry and sweetmeats.
When one of them comes, do you go and keep watch for the other, and as soon as you see him, run into us and pretend it is my aunt. Then we shall have an excuse to lock him up till we want him.
You may depend upon me. Here's one of them.
Oh, Mr. FRIBBLE, your servant.
Oh, Miss Biddy, your slave. I hope I have not come upon you abruptly. I should have waited upon you sooner, but an accident occurred that discomposed me so that I was obliged to go home again and take drops.
Oh, indeed, you don't look well, sir. Oh, go, Tag, and do as I bid you.
I will, madam.
I've set my maid to keep watch over my aunt, that we mayn't be surprised by her.
Your prudence is equal to your beauty, miss, and I hope your permitting me to kiss your hands will be no impeachment of your understanding.
Oh, I hate the sight of him. I was very much afraid I should not have had the pleasure of seeing you this afternoon, but pray let me know what accident you met with and what's the matter with your hand. I shan't be easy till I know.
Well, I vow, Miss Biddy, you're a good creature. I'll endeavour to muster up what little spirits I have and tell you the whole affair. But first, you must give me leave to make you a present of a small pot of lip salve. My servant made it this morning. The ingredients are innocent, I assure you. Nothing but the best virgin's wax, conserve of roses, and lily of the valley water.
Oh, I thank you, sir. But my lips are generally red, and when they aren't, I just bite them.
I bite my own sometimes, to pat them a little. Oh, but this will give them a softness, a colour, and agreeable moisture. Thus, let me make a humble offering at that shrine where I have already sacrificed my heart.
Oh, upon my word, that is very prettily expressed. You are positively the best company in the world. I wish he was out of the house.
Oh, but to return to my accident and the reason why my hand is in this condition, I beg you'll excuse the appearance of it and be satisfied that nothing but mere necessity could have forced me to appear thus muffled before you.
Oh, I am very willing to excuse any accident that happens to you, sir.
You are vastly good indeed. Thus it was. You must know, miss, there is not an animal in the creation I have so great an aversion to as those hackney coach fellows. As I was coming out of my lodging, says one of them to me, "Would your honor like a coach?" "No, man," said I, "not now, with all the civility imaginable." "I'll carry you and your doll too," says he, "Miss Marjorie, for the same price." Upon which the masculine beasts about us fell a-laughing. Then I turned round in a great passion. "Curse me," says I, "fellow, but I'll trounce thee." And as I was holding out my hand in a threatening posture, thus, he makes a cut at me with his whip, and striking me over the nail of my little finger, it gave me such exquisite torture that I fainted away. And while I was in this condition, the mob picked my pocket of my purse, my scissors, my mocha-smelling bottle, and my housewife.
I shall laugh in his face. I am afraid you are in great pain, sir. Please sit down, Mr. Fribble. But I hope your hand is in no danger.
Not in the least, ma'am. Pray, don't be apprehensive. A milk poultice and a gentle sweat tonight with a little manna in the morning, I'm confident will relieve me entirely.
But pray, Mr. Fribble, do you make use of a housewife?
I can't do without it. Ma'am, there is a club of us, all young bachelors, the sweetest society in all the world. And we meet 3 times a week at each other's lodgings, where we drink tea, hear chat of the day, invent fashions for the ladies, make models of them, cut out patterns in paper. We were the first inventors of knotting. Oh, and this little fringe is the original produce and joint labor of our little community.
Oh, pray, who are your pretty set?
Oh, well, there's Phil Whiffle, Jackie Wagtail, my Lord Trip, Billy Dimple, Sir Dilbury Diddle, and your humble.
What a sweet collection of happy creatures.
Indeed. And so we are, miss. Oh, but a most prodigious fracas disconcerted us some time ago at Billy Dimple's. 3 drunken, naughty women of the town burst into our clubroom, cursed us all out, threw down the china, broke 6 looking glasses, scolded us with the slop basin, and scrapped poor Phil Whiffle's cheek in such a manner that he has kept to his bed these past 3 weeks.
Oh, well, indeed. Mr. Fribble, I think all our sex have great reason to be angry, for if you are so happy now you are bachelors, why, the ladies may wish and sigh to very little purpose.
You are mistaken, I assure you. I am prodigiously rallied about my passion for you. I can tell that I am looked upon as lost to our society already.
Indeed, Mr. Fribble, now you have gone so far. Don't think me impudent if I long to know how you intend to use the lady who shall be honored with your affections.
Not as most other wives are used, I assure you. All the domestic business will be taken care of her hands. I shall make the tea, comb the dogs, and dress the children myself, so that though I am a commoner, Mrs. Fribble will lead the life of a woman of quality, for she will have nothing to do but lie in bed, play at cards, and scold the servants.
Oh, what a happy creature must she be.
Do you really think so? Then pray, let me have a little serious talk with you. Though my passion is not of long withstanding, I hope the sincerity of my intentions may... Go, you wild thing! Oh, the devil takes me, but there is no talking to you. How can you use me in such a barbarous manner? If I had the constitution of an alderman, it would sink under my sufferings. Whom nature can't support it.
Why, what would you do with me, Mr. Fribble?
Well, I vow, I'll beat you if you talk so. Don't look at me in that manner. Flesh and blood can't bear it. I could, but I won't grow indecent.
Oh, pray, Mr. Fribble, where are those verses you were to write upon me? If I find a young lady depends too much upon such fine gentlemen as you, she will certainly be disappointed.
I vow. The flutter I was put into this afternoon has quite turned my senses. Here they are, though, and I believe you'll like them.
Oh, there can be no doubt of it.
I protest, miss. I don't like that curtsy. Look at me and always rise in this manner. Oh, but my dear creature, who put on your cap today? Oh, they have made such a fright of you, and it's as yellow as old Lady Crowfoot's neck. When we are settled, I'll dress your heads myself.
Pray, read the verses to me, Mr. Fribble.
I obey. William Fribble, Esquire, to Miss Biddy Belair. Greeting. No ice so hard, so cold as I, till warmed and softened by your eye. And now my heart dissolves away, in dreams by night, in sighs by day. No brutal passion fires my breast, which loathes the object when possessed, but one of harmless, gentle kind, whose joys are centered in the mind. Then take with me love's better port, his dowdy wing, but not his dart. How do you like them?
I swear, they are very pretty, but I don't quite understand them.
These light pieces are never so well understood in reading as singing. I have set them myself, and will endeavor to give them to you. I have an abominable cold, and can't sing a note. However, the tune's nothing. The manner is all. No ice so hard, as cold as I, till warmed and softened by your
Your
aunt, madam, madam, your aunt.
What's the matter?
What? Hide, Mr. Fribble or we are ruined.
Oh, for heaven's sake, put me anywhere so I don't dirty my clothes.
Oh, put him into the storeroom, Tag, this minute.
Oh, is it a damp place, Mrs. Tag? The floor is boarded, I hope.
Indeed, it is not, sir.
Oh, what shall I do? I shall certainly catch my death. Where is my cambric handkerchief? And my salts? I shall certainly have my hysterics.
There, now let the other come as soon as he will. I did not care if I had 20 of them, so they would but come one after another. Was my aunt really coming, Tag?
No, 'twas Mr. Flash, I suppose, by the length of his stride and the cock of his hat. He'll be here this minute. What shall we do with him?
Oh, well, I'll manage him, I warrant you. And try his courage. Be sure you are ready to second me. We shall have pure sport.
Oh, here he comes.
I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real Shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just imitating, so won't the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up. Well, my blossom, here am I. What hopes for a poor dog, eh? Oh, the maid? Ugh. Then I've lost the town. Damn, not a shilling to bribe the governor. She'll spring a mine and I shall be blown to the devil.
Oh, don't be ashamed, Mr. Flash. I have told Tag the entire affair, and she's my friend, I can assure you.
Is she? Then she won't be mine, I'm certain. Well, Mrs. Tag, you know, I suppose what's to be done, this young lady and I have contracted ourselves. And so if you please to stand bridesmaid, why, we'll fix the wedding day directly.
The wedding day, sir.
The wedding day, sir. Sir, the wedding day, sir. What have you say to that, sir?
Hey, Mr. Flash, don't make such a noise. You'll wake my aunt.
I suppose I did, child. What then?
Why, she'd be frightened out of her wits.
At me, miss. Frightened of me. Tout the contraire, I assure you. You mistake the thing, child. I have some reason to believe I'm not quite so shocking.
Indeed, sir, you flatter yourself. But pray, sir, what are your pretensions?
The lady's promises, my own passion, and the best mounted blade in the 3 kingdoms. If any man can produce a better title, let him take her. If not, the devil mince me if I give up an atom of her.
He's in a fine passion, to be sure, if he would but hold it.
Oh, pray, sir, hear reason a little.
I never do, madam. It's not my method of proceeding. Here's my logic. Sir. My best argument is caught over arm, madam. And if he answers that, madam, through my small guts, my breath, blood, and mistress are all at his service. Nothing more, madam.
This'll do.
But sir.
But madam, I profess blood, madam. I was bred up to it from a child. I studied the book of fate. The camp is my university. I have attended the lectures of Prince Charles upon the Rhine and Bathiani upon the Po, and have extracted knowledge from the mouth of a cannon. I'm not to be frightened with squibs, madam. No.
Oh, pray, don't mind her, sir, but let me prevail with you to go away this time. You are in a fine passion, to be sure, and when my aunt and Tag are out of the way, I'll let you know when I would have you come again.
When you'd have me come again, child. And suppose I never would come again. What then? What do you think of that now, huh? You pretend to be afraid of your aunt. Your aunt knows what's what too well to refuse a good match when 'tis offered. Looky, miss, I am a man of honor. Glory's my aim. I have told you the road I'm in, and do you see here, child? Sa. No tricks upon travelers.
Pray, hear me, sir.
No. I know the world, madam. I am as well known at Covent Garden as the Dial, madam. I'll break a lamp, bully a constable, bam, a justice, or bilk a boxkeeper with any of the liberties of Westminster. What do you think of me now, madam?
Pray, don't be so serious, sir.
Come. Few words are best. Somebody's happier than somebody, and I'm a poor, silly fellow. That's all. Look to you, child, to be short, for I'm a man of reflection. I have but a bagatelle to say to you. I am in love with you. Up to hell and desperation, may the sky crush me if I am not. But since there is another, more fortunate than I, adieu, Biddy. Prosperity to be to the happy rival. Patience to poor Flash. But the first time we meet, gunpowder be my perdition. I'll have the honor to cut a throat with them.
Oh, you may meet with him now, if you please.
Now may I? Where is he? I'll sacrifice the villain.
Hold, he's but in the next room.
Is he? Ran me into a mortar piece, but I'll have my vengeance. My blood boils to be at him. Don't be frightened, miss.
Oh, no, I was never better pleased, I assure you.
I shall soon do his business.
Oh, as soon as you please. Take your own time.
I'll fetch the gentleman to you directly.
Stay a little. What a passion I am in. Are you sure he's in the next room? I shall certainly tear him to pieces. I would fain murder him. Like a gentleman, too. Besides, this family shan't be brought into trouble upon my account. I'll have it. I'll watch for him in the street and mix his blood with the puddle of the next kennel.
Oh, no, pray, Mr. Flash. Let me see you fight. Oh, I would be pleased to see you fight for me. Oh, no, you shan't go indeed.
Pray, sir, let me see you fight. There were two gentlemen here just fit yesterday, and I've never seen my mistress so diverted in her life.
Oh, do stick him, Captain Flash.
I'll go pick him out.
Yes.
Damn you, love. I wish I was out of the house.
Oh, here he comes. Now, speak some of your hard words and run him through.
Don't be in fits now.
Never fear me.
Take it on my word, sir. He is a bully and nothing else.
I know you are my good friend, but perhaps you don't know his disposition?
I'm confident he's a coward.
Is he? Nay, then I'm his man.
I like his looks, but I'll not venture too far at first.
Speak to him, sir.
I will. I understand, sir, that you, by Mrs. Tagg here, sir, who has informed me, that you have sent her to inform me, sir, that you would be glad to speak with me? Bollocks!
I can speak to you, sir, or to anybody, sir, or I can let it alone and hold my tongue if I see occasion, sir. Damn.
Well said, Mr. Flash. Be in a passion.
Don't mind his looks. He can just color already. To him.
Don't hurry me, Mrs. Tagg. For heaven's sake! I shall be out of breath before I begin if you don't. Sir, if you can't speak to a gentleman in another manner, sir, why then I'll venture to say, you had better hold your tongue.
Sir, you and I are of different opinions.
You and your opinion may go to the devil. Take that!
Well said, sir. The day's your own.
What's the matter, Mr. Flash? Is all your fury gone? Do you give me up?
I have done his business.
Give you up, madam. No, madam. When I am determined in my resolutions, I as always clam. 'Tis our way, madam. And now I shall proceed to his business. Sir, I beg to say a word to you in private.
Keep your distance, fellow, and I'll answer you. That lady hath confessed a passion for me, and as she has delivered up her heart into my keeping, nothing but my art's blood shall purchase it. Damnation!
Oh, bravo!
Those are the conditions. I'll give you earnest for it directly. Saw!
Now, villain, renounce all right and title this minute, or the torrent of my rage will overflow my reason, and I shall annihilate the nothingness of your soul in an instant.
I wish there were a constable at hand to take us both up. We shall certainly do one another a prejudice.
No, you won't indeed, sir. Pray bear up to him. If you would but draw your sword and be in a passion, he'd run away directly.
Will he? Then I can no longer contain my fury. Hell and the Furies, come on, thou savage brute!
Go on, sir.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, rascal!
Go on, sir.
What's the matter, my dear?
Oh, if you won't fight, here's one that will. Oh, my Rodolfo, these two sparks are your rivals and have been pestering me these 2 months with their addresses. They forced themselves into the house and have been quarreling about me and disturbing the family. If they won't fight, pray, kick them out of the house.
Well, what's the matter, gentlemen?
No, pray, sir, don't part us. We shall do you a mischief.
Puff, look to the other gentleman and call a surgeon.
Oh, bless me. How can you stand your wounds, sir?
Am I hurt, sir?
Hurt, sir? Why, you have let me see, pray. Oh, stand in the light. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Oh, through the heart. Let me see. Oh, 8 through the small guts. Come, sir, make it a round dozen and we'll part you.
Come here, Puff.
This is the very same, sir.
Pray, sir, I've not had the pleasure of seeing you abroad.
I've served abroad.
Had you not the misfortune, sir, to be missing at the last engagement in Flanders?
I was found among the dead in the field of battle.
He was the first that fell, sir. The wind of a cannonball struck him flat on his face, and he had just strength enough to creep into a ditch. And there he was found after the battle in a most deplorable condition.
Pray, sir, what advancement did you get by the service of that day?
My wounds rendered me unfit for service, and I sold out.
Stole out, you mean? We hunted him by the scent to the waterside. Thence he took shipping for England, and taking advantage of my master's absence, has attacked the citadel, which we are luckily come to relieve and drive his honor into the ditch again.
And now, sir, have you dared show your face in open day, or even wear the outside of a profession you have so much scandalized by your behavior? I honor the name of a soldier, and as a party concerned, am not bound to see it disgraced. As you have forfeited your title to honor, deliver up your sword this instant.
Nay, good captain.
No word, sir.
He is a scoundrel. Oh, I wish I had kicked him.
The next thing I command, leave this house. Change the color of your clothes and the fierceness of your looks. Appear from top to toe the wretch, the very wretch thou art. If I ever meet thee in a military dress again, or if you put on looks that belie the native baseness of thy heart, be it where it will, this shall be the reward for thy impudence and disobedience.
Oh, my Rodolfo.
What an infamous rascal it is. I thank you, sir.
One word with you too, sir.
With me, sir?
Yeah, you need not tremble. I won't use you roughly.
Well, I am certain of that, sir, but I am sadly troubled with weak nerves.
Thou art a species too despicable for correction. Therefore, be gone. And if I see you here again, your insignificancy shan't protect you.
I am obliged to you for your kindness. Well, if I ever have anything to do with intrigues again.
Oh, shall I ease you of your trophy, sir?
Take it, Puff, as a small recompense for thy fidelity. Thou canst use it better than its owner.
I wish your honor could have a patent to take such trifles from every pretty gentleman that could spare him. I would set up the largest cutler's shop in all the kingdom.
Well said, Puff. And now, My angel, I must to your aunt to clear with that woman the matter of your hand.
Oh, in your absence, I shall miss you.
And I shall be ill.
Oh, that was quite a bit more excitement in one day than I have had in a season. I'm glad it's over with. They send them away. I've had quite enough guests for one day.
Miss Baylor, do I find you at home, or have I stumbled upon a house of ill repute?
Sir, mind yourself. What is this you claim?
For I have passed this very moment a string of young bachelors in your wake. Have you begun to play at sports, Miss Baylor? Are you assembling a team?
Indeed, I do not, sir. I received those gentlemen the same as I receive you now.
Do you hear, Jasper? Sure, the child is possessed. Pray, miss, what do they want with you?
Me? They wanted me, sir.
Biddy!
What do they want with you, I say?
Why, what do you want with me?
Biddy!
Do you hear, Jasper? I am thunderstruck. I can't believe my own ears. Tell me the reason why I say these...
Oh, I'll tell you the reason, if you please, Sir Simon. Miss, you know, is a very silly young girl. And having found out, heaven knows how, that there is some little difference between 65 and 25. She's ridiculous enough to choose the latter, when, if she'd take my advice...
You all right, Tag? She would have me then, eh?
Oh, yes, sir. It's the only way to have both. For if she marries you, then the other will follow, of course.
Do you hear, Jasper?
It is very true, Sir Simon. From my knowing no better, I have set my heart upon a young man, and a young one I'll have. Why, there have been 3 here this afternoon.
3, Biddy?
3, Jasper.
And they have been quarreling about me, and one has kicked the other 2. And now, Sir Simon, if you will take up the conqueror and kick him as he has kicked the others, you shall have me as your reward, and my 15,000 pounds into the bargain. What says my hero, eh?
Oh, the world's at an end. What's to be done, Jasper?
Pack up and be gone. Don't fight the match, sir.
What on our Lord's earth have I stumbled upon, my dear? You've been driven to cockfighting?
If only, my dear aunt. I've yet to find a cock willing to stand for me today.
Flesh and blood cannot bear it. I'm all over agitation. You! Am I cheated by a baby? A doll? Where's your aunt, you young cockatrice? I'll let her know she's a base woman, and you are...
Oh, you are in a fine humor to show your valor. Fetch the captain, Tag, while Sir Simon is still warm, and let him know he's waiting to cut his throat. I've locked him up in my bedchamber till you came.
Here's an imp of darkness. What would I give that my son Bob was here to thrash her spark while I ravished the rest of the family?
I believe we had best retire, sir.
No, I must see her bully first. And do you hear, Jasper? If I put him in a passion, do you knock him down?
Pray, keep your temper, sir.
What's the meaning, sir? Zoons, 'tis my father, pup. What shall I do?
Oh, kindle again, sir.
I am enchanted.
There is no retreat. I must stand it.
What's all this?
Your humble servant, Captain Fireball. You are welcome from the wars, noble captain. I did not think I should have the pleasure of being knocked to the head or cut up alive by so fine a gentleman.
I am under such confusion, sir. I have not power to convince you of my innocence.
Innocence, pretty lamb. And so, sir, you have left the regiment and the honorable employment of fighting for your country to come home and to cut your father's throat. Why, you'll be a man in no time, Bob.
Oh, his father, Tag?
Come. 'Tis soon done. One stroke does it. Or, if you have any qualms, let your squire there perform the operation.
Pray, sir, don't throw such temptations in my way.
Hold your impudent tongue.
Well, why don't you speak, Mr. Modesty? What excuse have you for leaving the army, I say?
My affection to this lady.
Your affection, puppy.
Our love, Daddy, sir, has been long and mutual. What accidents have happened since my going abroad and her leaving the country, and how I have most unaccountably met you here, I am a stranger to. But whatever appearances may be, I still am and ever was your dutiful son.
Oh, he talks like an angel, Tag.
Dutiful, sirrah. Have you not rivaled your father?
No, Daddy, sir. You have rivaled me. My claim must be prior to yours.
Oh, 'tis very true, Sir Simon. He can show the best title to me.
Sir, the young gentleman speaks well, and as the fortune will not go out of the family, I would advise you to drop your resentment, be reconciled to your son, and relinquish the lady.
Aye, with all my heart. Look, ye son, I give you the girl. She's too much for me, I confess. But take my word, Bob, you'll catch a tartar.
Oh, I can assure you, I'm not the person you take me for. And if I've used you anyways ill, 'twas for your son's sake, who had my promise and inclinations before you. And though I believe I should have made you a most uncomfortable wife, I will be the best daughter to you in the world. And if you stand in need of a lady, my aunt is disengaged and is the best nurse.
No, I thank you, child. You have so turned my stomach to marriage, I have no appetite left. But is this your aunt? And won't you stop these proceedings, madam?
I have just come from my lawyers, sir, and if you please to go with me and the young couple and give your approbation, I do give my full consent.
The captain and I, oh, sir.
Come, Bob, you're but an ensign. Don't impose on the lady neither.
I had the good fortune, sir, to please my royal general by my behavior in a small action with the enemy, and he gave me a company.
Bob, I wish you joy. This is news indeed. And when we celebrate your wedding, son, I'll drink a half-pint bumper to your benefactor.
And he deserves it, sir. Such a general, by his example and justice, animates us to deeds of glory and ensures us.
Come along, then.
Oh, halt a little, gentlemen and ladies, if you please. Everybody here seems well satisfied, but myself.
What's the matter, Puff?
Well, sir, as I would make myself worthy of such a master and the name of a soldier, I cannot put up the least injury to my honor.
Heyday, what flourishes are these?
Here is the man. Come forth, caitiff. He hath confessed this day that in my absence he had taken freedoms with my lawful wife and had dishonorable intentions against my bed, for which I demand satisfaction.
What stuff is here? The fellow's brains is turned.
And cracked too. Sir, but you are my master's father, and I submit.
Come. I'll settle your punctilios, and we will take care of you and Tag hereafter, provided you drop animosities and shake hands this moment.
My revenge gives way to my interest. And I once again, Jasper, take you to my bosom.
I'm your friend again, Puff. But hark ye, I fear you not. And if you'll lay aside your steel there, as far as a broken head or a black eye, I am at your service upon demand.
You are very good at crowing indeed, Mr. Jasper. But let me tell you, the fool that is rogue enough to brag of a woman's favors must be a dunghill in every way. And as for you, my dear husband, show your manhood in a proper place, and you need not fear these sheep biters.
The Abigail is pleasant, I confess.
I'm afraid the town will be ill-natured enough to think I have been a little coquettish in my behavior, but I hope, as I have been constant to the captain, I shall be excused diverting myself with pretenders. Ladies, to fops and braggarts never be kind. No charms can warm them, and no virtues bind. Each lover's merit by his conduct prove. Who fails in honor will be false in love.
Good folks, I'm came at my young lady's wedding to say you are all welcome at her wedding. The exchange she made, what mortal here can blame? Show me the maid that would not have done the same. For sure, the greatest monster ever seen is doting 60, coupled to 16. When entry age had almost caught the fair, youth, clad in sunshine, snatched her from despair. Like a new Semele, the virgin lay, her lover in the blades of day. That may each maid, the ills almost entrapped in, change old Sir Simon for the brisk young captain. Let dastards sue these sons of fire and maid, they cannot bear around the bait to nibble, like pretty powdered patient Mr. FRIBBLE. To dangers bred and skillful in command, they storm the strongest fortress, sword in hand. Nights without sleep and floods of tears while waking, shewed poor Miss Biddy was in pains us taking. Find the young lover is the best physician, and without helps of art or boast of knowledge, they cure more women, faith, than all the college. And without point, I come with low petition, but for faith, poor Bates is in a sad condition. The huge tall hangman stands to give the blow. If you should pit box and gallery, egad, his senses and the man runs mad. But if your ears are shut and your hearts are rock, and you pronounce the sentence block to block, down kneels the bard and leaves you when he's dead. The empty trivia of an author's yet.